and a man have multiple wives? Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to do a video real quick on a video that was done by the brother right here, Zakba, from South Carolina. And there was a brother now, the brother Zakba, I mean, he came out and said that, this is not exactly how she said it, but he just put the title like the way it was for edification purposes. But in this video, I am going to prove that a man can in fact have multiple women. Now, when you do your study, you'll find out that more females are born on this planet than there is males. Okay? In some families, you might see a family, there might be 2 sons, but there might be 4 daughters. In some cases, there might be 1 son and 5 daughters. Okay? You might have family members, like cousins. I mean, me personally, I have a lot of female cousins in my family, And while we all may not be together, considering, like living in different states, but still, me, I have a lot of sisters, it's me, my older brother, my younger brother, and I believe my older brother, my other brother. There's 4 of us, but let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Yeah, so I have 4 sisters, but I have 4 brothers. Even when you go to school, you might come across a guy who's your friend, and I'm talking about at school, and he might have like a younger brother, but then he might have like 5 sisters. So women outnumber the amount of men that are on this planet. And the reason why the Lord has it set up that way is because a man is supposed to have more than 1 woman. A man is allowed to have more than 1 woman. If there was more men on this planet than there was women, then there wouldn't be a balance. So there's more women on this planet than there is men. And a matter of fact, the proof of that is right here. Let me just get it real quick. This is the proof. This is the proof right here. Okay? Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. Now, essentially, This is talking about when when hell break loose in America, when shit hits the fan, so they say. When the economy collapses, when this country becomes an anarchy country, when 911 is out of service, when the laws are obsolete, when there's total chaos, protests, riots, civil wars, race wars, all kinds of cannibalism and all kind of wicked acts going on, guess what? There's going to be a lot of women seeking men for coverage and protection. Okay, and the number 7 just represents completion. So there's going to be men of the Lord that are of the elect. There's going to be men of the Lord that are of the elect. That they're going to have many women with them. Some brothers might have 12 women with them. Some brothers might have 3 women with them. Some brothers might have just 2 women. And you know what those brothers are going to be doing with those women? They're going to be popping those women, having sex with those women. Because I'm presuming to the book of 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, okay, the Israelite woman, she's going to be saved through childbearing. Okay? What's childbearing? A woman being pregnant and giving birth to children. Now, rather if she give birth to children on this planet when hell break loose, I mean, Lord forbid that happens, but we know that there's going to be women that's going to be pregnant, that's going to be getting beamed up on chariots. Because women is going to be needed to bring back the 2/3 of our nation in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? So some brothers might have 5 women. Some brothers might have 10 women. Who knows? But the Lord is going to give for those who are meant to survive until Yahushua come back. The Lord is going to give, those brothers, the ones who are meant to have multiple women, the Lord is going to give those brothers a certain amount of women. So it has always been meant for there to be more women than there is men. Okay? And we have multiple examples of that. If we come over here, right, in today's term, they call it polygamy. Polygamy is when a man has more than one woman. So here is why did God allow polygamy, bigamy in the Bible? Okay? It says, the question of polygamy is an interesting one in that most people today view polygamy as immoral. Right. And the reason why people view polygamy as immoral because they're ignorant. They are ignorant of the Lord's ways and how the Lord set everything up from the beginning. And well, as the saying goes, ignorance is bliss. Okay? Ignorance is bliss. Now, can a woman have more than one man? No. Okay? If a woman has a man, she has to stick with that man until he pass away. Because outside of that, if a woman have a man and he's still alive and then she go and have sex with another man, guess what? According to the Bible, she committed adultery. But a man can have more than one woman. And that's according to the Bible. Okay? Now, if a man has a woman, that woman belongs to that man. that means that another man cannot come along and have sex with that woman, because then he committed adultery. You know? So a man can have more than one woman as long as those women are single. If those women are single, if they have no man, if they have no man, then guess what? He can have her. So polygamy is not immoral. Okay? If you have a westernized type of mindset, you're going to see polygamy as being immoral, because everything that America stands for goes completely against the Lord's ways. It goes completely against the Holy Scriptures. Meanwhile, here it is. America would tell you that pork is moral. You can eat pork. You know, they say that you can eat pork because they've thoroughly cleansed it. Meanwhile, if you take a can of Coca-Cola and you pour it on some raw meat, some maggots will literally start crawling out of the pig meat. But wait a minute, I thought pork was clean. But according to the Holy Scriptures, pork is unclean. You're not supposed to eat pork. So if you're an Israelite, which will be a so-called Negro, Latino, or a Native Indian, you got to get out of that mindset. You got to get out of that westernized mindset and come back to your true heritage, which is the fact that you are a Hebrew Israelite, and that you are who the world calls God's chosen people. So according to the Holy Scriptures, a man can have more than one woman. Now, is that something I would advise in this society? No. Why? Because, again, this society is set up to go contrary to the ways of the Lord, which is, you know, according to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Holy Scriptures. Everything that America stands for goes against the Holy Scriptures. So, like for an example, here in America, people tell you that if a man is caught with another woman, he's cheating. But is that according to the Holy Scriptures? No. Was Jacob considered? Was our forefather Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, was our forefather Jacob considered cheating when he had sex with Leah and Bilhah? Hell, he loved Rachel more than all of them. Okay, was Abraham considered cheating when he had sex with who was that? Was that Zipporah? I don't think that was Zipporah. No, that was not the bondwoman. Dang, man, for time to time again, I forget her name. But, you know, King Solomon, this dude had over 1,000 women. Was he considered cheating? So again, you know, when it comes to dealing with the Holy Scriptures, you can't have this westernized GMO type of mindset, because then you're just going to be confused. You know? America's ways is not the true ways of living. The true way to live is according to the Holy Scriptures. Okay? A man having sex with multiple women, as long as they're single and don't have a man, that's not cheating. Now, if a woman have a man and she go and have sex with another man, that's cheating. And that's according to the Holy Scriptures, because the Holy Scriptures say that a woman is to have one man. Okay? Once a woman has been espoused to a man, she is to stay with that man for the rest of her life. unless he pass away. So here it says, while the Bible nowhere explicitly condemns it. So the question of polygamy is an interesting one, in that most people today view polygamy as immoral, while the Bible nowhere explicitly condemns it. Right, because the Lord is for men having more than one woman. Okay? I mean, come on, man. A man with just one woman. I mean, that's just, you know, there's all kind of variety of women out there. It says the first instance of polygamy, bigamy, in the Bible was that of Lamech in Genesis 4 verse 19. Lamech married 2 women. Now, when people see this word married here, they get this conception of, a man and a woman dressing up all fancy, a man putting a ring on a woman's. No, that's not what marriage is, okay? That's that westernized way of marrying. And furthermore, the westernized way of marrying is expensive. Okay? That's not true marriage according to the Holy Scriptures. Furthermore, when you look up the word marry, the word marry literally means to be joined to. And how does a man become joined to a woman? Through sex. Through the act of sex. Sex is true marriage. It has nothing to do with putting a ring on a woman's finger. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with buying jewelry for your woman, buying necklaces, rings, of course, if you love your woman, who wouldn't deck out the woman they love? Hell, if I had a woman, shit, I wouldn't mind buying her a couple of rosary gold necklaces, putting some rings on her finger. If I love her, But that's not what marriage is. Marriage is when a man have sex with a woman. Okay? It tells you that in the book of Genesis, actually. Let's see. Cleave. Let me see. See if I can find it in the book of Genesis. Cleave. Therefore shall a man leave his, let me see if I can find it. Okay, Genesis 2 and 4. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife. Now, when it says cleave unto his wife, is that talking about, he's going to be holding his arm? Don't leave me, baby. Don't leave me, sister. I love you, baby. Don't leave me. No, that's not what it's talking about. When it says cleave unto his wife, that's talking about sex. Okay? And they shall be as one flesh. Because that's what marriage is. When a man is joined into a woman through sex, they become as one flesh. And that's why in the book of Leviticus, the Lord said that he that uncover his wife's nakedness have uncovered his neighbor's nakedness. Meaning, if you uncover another woman's nakedness, you've basically uncovered her man's nakedness. Why? Because when a man have sex with a woman, they become as one flesh. Okay, they are joined to each other. So the word sex means to be joined to. Okay? The word sex means to be joined to. Okay, so it said, so that's what true marriage is. True marriage is sex, not going to some fancy place dressed up all fancy. You know, family members from both the woman and the man is there. The man is getting on his knees. You know, which a man has no business bowing down to a woman when she's the weaker vessel. You know, and then he's putting a ring on her finger. That's not what marriage is. Okay, marriage is when a man pops a woman's cherry and get her pregnant. Okay, sex is when a man have sex with a woman. I mean, marriage is when a man have sex with a woman. Okay, that's what marriage is. So it says, Lamech had sex with 2 women. Okay, so Lamech had more than one woman. Several prominent men in the Old Testament were polygamists. Abraham, okay? Abraham had Sarah, and he also had that one woman of whom he had Ishmael by. You know, Jacob had several women. He had Rachel, Leah, Zipporah. Okay. I believe Belpora, if I'm saying that correctly. Okay. David, you know, he had Michelle, he had Abigail. And then of course, you know, he committed adultery with Uriah's wife after he had Uriah murdered. But you know, even King David had multiple wives. You know, and again, Solomon had 7,000 wives. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines. So King Solomon, King Solomon had 7,000 women. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines. Okay. And concubines were essentially wives of lower status. Why? Because what is a concubine? A concubine is a woman of another nation, okay? Because a Israelite woman by nature is supposed to be the top women on the planet. When I say the Israelite woman, I'm talking about the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian women. Okay, our women, the women of our nation, the Israelite women. Okay, our women are supposed to be the top women of our nation. Okay, and these heathen women, like the Arab women, the East Indian women, the Chinese and Japanese women, the North Korean women, South Korean women, the Hawaiian women, the African women, the so-called white woman, those are women of lower status. Why? Because those are heathen women. They are not Israelites. The Israelite women are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian women. And the Israelite men are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian men. So the reason why they said that the concubines were essentially women of lower status was because the concubines were women who were not Israelites. They were heathens. But an Israelite man can have a heathen woman, you know, as a wife, as long as he is not following after her gods, her customs, or her idols. Okay? Because essentially, the reason why the Lord did not want us, you know, being joined to these heathen women or having sex with these heathen women was because, you know, he knew that the Israelite men would be drawn away by her, and he would end up following her gods, her customs, and her ways, provoking the Lord to jealousy. Okay? Because an Israelite man, he can have sex with with women of the other nations. We can have sex with women of the other nations. You see? But you know, essentially, my point is that a man can have more than one woman. You know, and again, when you read books like the book of Isaiah 4:1, where it says 7 women shall take hold of one man, well, there you go. And the Lord did it by design, man. The fact that there's more women on this planet than there is men, and I'm talking about amongst every nation on the planet. Amongst every nation on this planet, there is more women than there is men. And the reason why that is because a man can have more than one woman. But with that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.